Still fighting on, Afghan vice president and the son of a dead legendary military commander rally anti-Taliban forces in last stronghold less than 100 miles from Kabul.
Here's a summary of the article.
Vice President Amrullah Saleh and Ahmad Massoud, the son of his former mentor and famed anti-Taliban fighter Ahmad Shah Massoud, are putting together a guerrilla movement in the Panjshir Valley, the only region not controlled by the Taliban. We will not allow the Taliban to enter Panjshir and will resist with all our might and power, and fight them, one resident told AFP on condition of anonymity. Other reports said Panjshir residents had raised the flag of the Northern Alliance, a united military front that fought a defensive war against the Taliban between 1996 and 2001. Such a battle would be the latest in Saleh's long struggle against the Taliban as a one-time insurgent turned spy chief and later vice premier. After the September 11, 2001 attacks, Saleh, then a part of the anti-Taliban resistance, became a key asset for the KIA. The relationship paved the way for him to lead the newly formed Afghanistan Intelligence Agency, the National Security Directorate, in 2004. As NDS chief, Saleh is believed to have amassed a vast network of informants and spies inside the insurgency and across the border in Pakistan, where Pashto-speaking agents kept track on Taliban leaders. The intelligence Saleh gathered provided what he alleged was proof the Pakistani military continued to back the Taliban. Exiled into the political wilderness, Saleh maintained his fight against the Taliban and Islamabad on Twitter, where he fired off daily tweets taking aim at his longtime foes. His most recent political revival came as the US was preparing to exit Afghanistan and coincided with a series of assassination attempts on Saleh by the Taliban.
This post received a score of 11,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So now they'll be the insurgents?
People underestimate home turf advantage. If the US couldn't defeat the Afghans in Afghanistan, maybe the Taliban can't defeat the Tajiks in their small home area.
The US could have won if they carpet-bombed entire Afghanistan. Neither of those groups have those rules, so they'll go scorched earth with the stronger military by weaponry and numbers winning. Since Taliban scored a ton of weaponry with this takeover, we can make a better guess on who would win. I was just pointing out the different dynamics between US vs Taliban and Tajik vs Taliban.
The Soviets extensively bombed the Panjshir Valley and killed plenty of the civilian populace there. I don't think they were too concerned with rules of engagement. Numbers may allow the Taliban to push into the valley, but the real problem is having the numbers to occupy it. The terrain there is basically perfect to allow locals to melt away and use hit-and-run tactics if a large force tries to clear the valley out.
Yeah, and they were winning until the US gave the resistance fighters actual effective weapons to fight back. US doesn't arm them, the Soviets eventually win, even if it's a puppet state ruling over a country of the dead.
Ahmad Shah Massoud received relatively little support from the US prior to 1985, primarily due to Pakistani politics. By that time, the Soviets had already had 8 offensives into the Panjshir Valley, most of them objective failures.
To call him a legend would be an understatement. If you made a film about his life, you'd need to tone it down to make it believable.
You know you've done some real heavy serious shit if 20 years after you died everybody still rocks your hat to represent you. That's real legend status. That kind of prolific cultural impact is almost unheard of in Western culture. It's prolific in the way like how MLK will always own I Have a Dream, or Bob Marley and people wearing Rasta colors.
Why is my face on a shirt? Che Guevara.
Current objective: survive.
That tugged a nostalgic heartstring I forgot was there. Damn you. Background: the valley is home to the largest concentration of the Tajik minority in Afghanistan, whereas the Taliban are typically Pashtun. Ahmad Massoud Sr. was the local commander when they fought the Soviets in 1980 to 1985 with some success, and then again held against Pakistani-supported Taliban in the 1996 to 2001 civil war. It remains to be seen how well the Taliban can move their forces and what kind of an advantage Massoud Jr. and Saleh can get on their home turf.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.